My, what a crowd. Hey, we're really pleased to see you. We had a rehearsal this afternoon and we were thinking, man, if there's 10 people turn up, we're just going to play just as good. But now there's, 300 probably, something like that. Well, we don't have to work so hard, do we? No. No, we're going to have a good night. I hope you've come expecting a great night of music, and we're going to really just do our thing. And after a weekend it's been, the Jazz Festival weekend, it's a great thing to get together. It's jazz and church, and we hope... Oh, hey, what? I wasn't ready for that yet. No, sorry. We will start that now, thank you very much. Right, here we go. We're going to get in... Well, thanks for coming. That's it, boys. No, hey, listen, who remembers that tune? Does anybody actually recognise it? Mary Petworth, what was it? Yeah, man, what a great arrangement of it too. Real good arrangement. Tonight there's going to be a mix of all sorts. There's going to be a mix of charts which are straight out, maybe from the jazz handbooks, I don't know. But it's sort of like, because we're in church, there's going to be a bit of stuff, bit of gospel stuff, there's going to be a bit of all sorts, you know. And I want you just to really soak it in. We've got, Russell has prepared a whole lot of slides up on the screen that might be just something to think about while we're doing some of these pieces. And I hope you enjoy that as well. So that was called, what was it? No. It's called Gonna Let It Shine. What a good thing to do. So here we go. We're going to move on to our next thing. And first of all, we're really pleased in this band to always have some great vocalists. And tonight we're going to move on to our next number. And we're going to ask Sarah to come up. And we're going to play the piece Summertime. Now, you might think, why is it's not summertime? Well, I just want you to have a listen to this and maybe think about what summertime was like. Right, here we go. Let's give her a hand.
You're gonna rise up singing. You're gonna spread your little wings, yeah, and you'll take to the sky. Oh, tell that hallelujah. Oh, ain't nothing gonna harm you. Oh, no.
boy, I'm hot and I'm had it. I'm not even playing though, you know. It's been a wonderful weekend and lots of things going on. How many of you have managed to get to some of the other jazz festival things? Yeah, quite a number of you, yeah. And one or two really good concerts and stuff. And I tell you, on Friday night, me and Craig Collis, we played with Laura Collins in the Globe Theatre. My goodness, it's not very often I play for such a long time, you know, and come to the end of it and, oh, boy, I had to get home and have a cup of tea, you know. But it was a great night, good concert, good crowd, and look, there's been a number of them. Boys High School Big Band, I take that, and we had a wonderful day on Saturday, and we won the Best Manawatu Big Band competition again. Oh, mind you. Hey. We have won it some years, and everybody's gone, wow, wonderful. And we were the only band from Manawatu. But still, we won it. This year, we had Freiburg Big Band. They were there, and they did a fantastic job as well. But then there's also quite a few bands from Western Heights and Rotorua, AT College, Wellington High. There's all these different bands. There was about 9 big bands there. And then there was 13 or 14 jazz combos as well. So music is happening, you know. We don't sort of see sometimes a lot of things. And I find that it's a shame that it only sort of we all get together when it's a competition. Because music, I don't think, is really a very competitive thing. It's about expressing yourself as a band and just the joys of it all. So it's more of a festival. Anyhow, enough of me rambling on. We're going to move on now to, and of course, here we are in a church. So, of course, what we're going to do, we're going to do a couple of songs tonight where you guys are going to get involved. And look, they're like anthem of the church type thing, you know. So first of all, we're going to stand. Michael Deedy's going to come here and Sarah are going to lead this. We're going to stand and sing Amazing Grace. So here we go.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear
chains are gone. I've been set free. My God, my Savior, has ransomed me. And like a flood, His mercy reigns. Unending love, amazing grace.
The earth shall soon dissolve like snow. The sun forbear to shine. But God who called me here below will be forever mine. Will be forever mine. You are forever
Quite a few years ago, by the way, you're singing so well, really good stuff. We had, quite a few years ago, we had the opportunity to meet a guy from the States who came out here for the Jazz Festival. Roger Fox had organised him, as of course he did, and his name was Matt Harris. Matt was a really kindly spoken guy, very humble and very, very helpful in many ways in his music and particularly in encouraging young people. I remember in a stage band rehearsal we actually were down in Wellington and Matt was out in New Zealand and we were playing a piece of music and he was going along with the whole band. You can imagine 22 players, or no, not 22, 17 players, all the whole big band there. And he was picking out of that as we went through the one note that the guitar player was not playing quite right on his chord, with all the sound going on, and the pianist as well, picking out all these little things, and then helping them with those chords, helping them work their way through. By the end of it, we were sounding pretty good, you know, and stuff, and but it's wonderful to meet that guy. He was so encouraging to the guys. Since then, he came out again, and I had a workshop in one afternoon. These guys might not remember it, but we did a workshop with the Boys High Stage Band and Swamp City Big Band. He was out. And then I remember also one jazz festival, he was out in New Zealand with his high school, well, with his university big band. And I don't know if you were at the jazz festival, it was at the Regent Theatre. I was helping with sound. And I remember his bus rolling up. This was in the afternoon after the whole big day of the school's competitions there. And the bus rolled up and all these young guys got off the bus, Americans, and they had all their instruments, they walked on stage, and they did a half-an-hour concert for us right there and then. And they were just phenomenal. And then they got on the bus again and left, because they were doing their own tour. Matt was there, and he once again, he spots you, and he just goes, "Oh, g'day, how's it going, catching up, da 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 da." It's still good to keep in touch with him. Anyhow, we're going to play a piece of his music. And how appropriate this is. I don't think it's based on any particular tune or anything, but he's quite simply called it a prayer meeting. And it features Steve Papworth on piano, and we hope you enjoy this, a prayer meeting. got too many pages of notes. No. Wonderful job, Steve. It's a really lovely piece of music. I hope you enjoyed that prayer meeting. Beautiful. Now, we're going to move on now to a piece of music that was probably originally written and recorded back in the late 80s by the group Herbs. And hang on a minute. So it's called Sensitive to a Smile. Not up there yet, that's all right. There comes a time in everyone's life, no room for distrust, no room for hate. Open your heart, don't let them wait. Quality in life that's hard to find. Like a child with an open mind, tenderness, sensitive to a smile. This is a chart that has been written for Big Band. And it was originally, it's been released as one of the charts for the Jazz Bandit competition, which Roger Fox also started probably 4 years ago. And it was, he got a whole lot of charts like this and got different artists around the world to write big band arrangements for them. With those big band arrangements, then the schools go out and they record, they submit, and if they get into the top 10, they then get to compete in Wellington later in the year. This is one of those charts, and now it's quite a library of them that sort of you can get access to. This is a beautiful piece, and I hope you enjoy this as Michael Duty comes and sings it for you. Sensitive to a Smile. Let's give him a hand.
Comes a time in everyone's life, no room for distrust, no room for hate. Open up your heart, don't let them wait. Quality of life that's hard to find, like a child with an open mind. Tenderness, sensitive to a smile. Beautiful children have come into my life. Beautiful people, and old and young and bright. Beautiful children, longing for life. Whoa, you people, take away, take away. From their hearts, there's no trade for love and affection. Love for me is a love for all. So make a stand and hold your ground. Maybe the world will turn it around. Together, we will never shed a tear. love for them is a love for all. Beautiful children have come into my life, and beautiful people, and old and young and bright. Beautiful children longing for life. Whoa, you people, take away, take away, take away the night. Longing for life. Whoa, you people, take away, take away, take away, take away, take away the life.
Wonderful job, Michael. Let's give him a hand again. Wonderful. I thought it's about time to introduce some of the band. You've seen them come up and do one or two solos and things like that, and it's really wonderful to have guys who not only just like, sometimes it's pulling yourself right out of your comfort zone to do it, but these guys jump to the opportunity. Don't you, David Merrill? Yeah, good. So look, it's really wonderful. So let's first of all, of course, you just heard Liam Edmonds on trombone, but anyhow, on the end here is Craig Collis, right? Liam Edmonds, Campbell Tongs, right? Wonderful. David Merrill, the senior statesman, David Merrill, right? Daniel Hodgetts and Grant Cooper on tuba. We might as well carry on with the trumpet department because right on the end here is Hamish Edmonds, the brother of Liam. Right? Then we have, I knew this was going to happen, Russell Swartzfeger, yeah. I haven't seen you for a while, Russell, that was why. Tim Cook on trumpet, Graham Parker, and then Max Haas the Silver on trumpet. Cool. They're yelling a lot for you, Max. You must be paying them a lot or something. So then, along here, we might as well get it all done now, shall we? Patrick Smith on tenor saxophone. Right. Rustum Eugenio, right? Good one. Sue Fletcher, alto sax. Liam Peck on alto sax. And Brandon Lauritsen on baritone sax. And of course, over this side here is the sort of the engine room of the whole thing, I guess. And without them, well, the horns would still carry on, but they believe that they wouldn't. But anyhow, so we have Michael Crawford on bass, wonderful bass player. Jacob Massix on guitar. Steve Papworth, of course, on piano, which you've heard. Blimey. I'll better get you to do our marketing in future, right? And then finally, Hayden Lauritsen on drums. This band has been now running for, we started, I don't know what it is, 2018 I think we started, wasn't it? 16, 17, 18. And we only rehearse very rarely because we're just all so busy people. But it's a real pleasure to get these people together who are good musicians. They work at it. They just keep on ticking along at it. But then to put the whole thing together, where we come from all different walks of life, in many ways, all different abilities too. We all contribute. And to get this band together is a pretty special thing for me. So I'm really honoured to be taking this band and to be putting this together as we can. If you've got your diaries out later, and I'll remind you again, 10th of October, Globe Theatre. We're doing a concert that night. You know the Globe Theatre, Globe One. We did a concert last year and it was packed out. And it was, it's about 180-seater venue. So it's not a big place, you know. And but it's a wonderful place because it's nice to work in there, and then the Globe sort out all the ticketing and stuff. I don't have to worry about that. So it's real good to get along to that. 10th of October, just mark that in the diaries. We haven't even started anything for it yet, so it will be different than tonight. Yes. Anyhow, we're going to now move on. They always chuck off at me because I talk too much. I probably do. We're going to play a piece now called St. Paul. And I thought, what an appropriate piece to play in a church. And this is a piece which has been written by a guy by the name of Corey Wong, great guitarist. So obviously it features Jacob on guitar. And we've also got a bit of piano work in there from Steve. And there's also some pretty cool drum stuff from Hayden. So we're going to get on and do this in just a minute. St. Paul, of course, Paul in the Bible, he was originally named Saul. He was going out of his way, getting rid of all the Christians and getting them all, whatever, dealt with, until he experienced a change in his life. But he sort of moved on from then. In Paul's writings in the Bible, he is a very, very outspoken man. And I hope that comes through maybe the music as well. It's pretty full on it a little bit. But the good thing about Paul is that there was something that he said which I really think that we can all take on board. He says, forget the past. Forget it. Don't look back all the time. Look forward to what's ahead, about what the goal is ahead. Because that's really what is important. You know? Now that suits me well, because I'm having major troubles remembering things from the past anyway. But you know what I mean? It's a great bit of advice. We can all dwell on things of the past, the way we were, the way things were, but what about the future? When you see a whole lot of young bands like I did yesterday, and you see those guys going through, man, boy, there's some opportunities there. What are they going to do? What are they going to do with music? How are they going to lift people? How are they going to encourage people in the days ahead? And we've got to get in behind that and be part of that, really, that growth. So anyhow, St. Paul, I hope you enjoy it. Steve Papworth, Hayden Lauritsen, Jacob Massix. Well, so we're going to bring Sarah back to the stage, and this time we're going to do a really well-known number, and this is called Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Love is a big part of the church, and I hope you enjoy this. Let's give her a welcome.
This thing I call love, I just can't handle it. This thing called love, I must get round to it. I ain't ready. A crazy little thing called love. Oh, this thing I call love, it cries in a cradle all night. It swings and it jives. It shakes all over like a jellyfish. I kinda like it. A crazy little thing called love. Oh, there goes my baby. Yeah, he knows how to rock and roll. He drives me crazy. He gives me hot and cold fever, and he leaves me in a cool, cool sweat. I gotta be cool, relax, get hip, and get on my tracks. Take a back seat, I hitchhike, and take a long, long ride on my motorbike until I'm ready. A crazy little thing called love. I gotta be cool, I relax, I get hip and get on my tracks. Take a back seat, hitchhike, and take a long, long ride on my motorbike until I'm ready. A crazy little thing called love. Oh, there goes my baby. Yeah, he knows how to rock and roll. He drives me crazy. He gives me hot and cold fever, and he leaves me in a cool, cool sweat. Oh, you gotta get cool, relax, get hip, and get on my track. Take a back seat, a hitchhike, take a long, long ride on the motorbike until I'm ready. A crazy little thing called love. Yeah, a crazy little thing called love. A crazy little thing called love. A crazy little thing called love. Yeah, a crazy little thing called love. A crazy little thing called love, love, love.
Let's give her a hand again. Wonderful. So we're going to play a piece now, which is, is anybody into the Rolling Stones? Yeah, good. Okay. Well, phew, thank goodness. So we're going to be playing a piece called Satisfaction, and which is it's a beautiful arrangement. Well, it's not because I did it, but it's because I copied it off somebody else's. And it's originally done by the Danish Big Band. Right now, Danish Big Band. My last name's Lauritsen, which is Danish, and I'm told that my last name is as common as Smith is here. I don't mean to make Smiths common, but You know what I mean? It's a very common name out here, but Lauridsen is not. But anyhow, I went on to the album cover to find out who was in the band. Not one Lauridsen. So never mind. That's the way it is. But anyhow, it's a really great arrangement, this. It's one of these pieces. It takes a piece of the Rolling Stones and it converts it to big band. If you're ever on YouTube, you want to, not YouTube, iTunes or what is it, Spotify and all those things. If you go on there and you look up the Danish radio big band, and there was a piece, this album that they brought out all these Rolling Stone numbers. And who was drumming in it was Charlie Watts from the Rolling Stones. Now, Charlie Watts was actually, unbelievably, you wouldn't have thought so, he was in the Rolling Stones because he said it paid the bills, right? But he actually really loved jazz music. And he had a big part to play with the arranging of this piece. It's interesting the Rolling Stones play a piece called Satisfaction. I can't get no satisfaction. And I try and I try and I try. I still can't get no satisfaction. They also did a piece called I Can't Always Get What I Want, which there's a bit of a pattern going on here. And it sounds like my childhood, you know, because I remember as a kid, you know, going, oh, you know, your mother says, you know, no, you can't always have what you want, and which is very, very true. So we're going to play this now. I hope you enjoy this. This is Satisfaction. I remember also as a kid, and I know you're all from different walks of life, but also as a kid and hearing a piece called Only Jesus Can Satisfy the Soul, and which is very true, I believe. And so here we go, Satisfaction. I'm just going to turn this one. Oh my goodness, I need a lighting one after that. Far out. So yeah, nice job, Brandon. Nice job, Patrick. Nice job, Hayden. Let's give those guys a hand. Rightio. Okay, now we're going to sing another song. This is up to you guys to really make this happen. So let's get Sarah and Michael up here again, and we're going to stand together and sing. Let's sing Thank You for the Cross, going into Crown Him with Many Crowns. Just make a stand, no? Thank you for singing so well, and a great anthem of the church, Worthy is the Lamb. Crown him with many crowns. Wonderful song, wonderful anthem of praise. We are going to play a piece now, which is, we nearly come to the end of the night actually. What's the time? Oh, it's getting late. No, are you laughing at me? When you get older, you're all finding that you've got to go to bed earlier as well. And then you have dinner earlier as well. And it's just, yeah. I used to think, man, alive, why are my parents, well, they weren't really that old when they passed away, but then you could think, well, why are they going to bed so early? And why are they having dinner? And here I am doing the same thing. Aren't we, dear? Diane's sitting there not saying anything. Anyhow, that's all right. I'll have to explain that later. All right. So anyhow, look, we're going to play a piece now which is called The Lord's Army. And you go, wow, okay. And it's a really, really cleverly written thing. If you follow jazz at all and you know a composer, arranger by the name of Neil Hefti, he did a piece called Cute. And it's a takeoff of that. But it brings into it the old gospel song, I'm in the Lord's Army. But it goes back even further than that, because it's also the tune of the old grey mare. Do you know that? Man, I didn't know that. Anyhow, no, I did know that really. So here's a clever one, clever little piece, and obviously a fair bit of work to do on the drumming department. So Hayden's going to take full responsibility for this. So here we go, The Lord's Army. I'd like to compliment Hayden on his attire tonight too. He came, it's usually the thing is black on black, you know, and he usually turns up with something completely different. But you look great tonight, Hayden. Take it, oh, okay. It's all downhill from here. Hayden Lawrence and Steve Petworth. Rightio. So, look, we've just about come to the end of tonight. It's funny enough, you look at all this music and you work through it all, and pieces like that one there needed the most time. There's probably the more rest in it than anything for everybody, but it's quite tricky little rhythm timings and stuff. So trying to sort of get all that tight and making it convincing for you as an audience. We want to thank you guys for coming tonight because it is so, so good to play to a really great audience. And we really value you coming along tonight. Thank you very much for, as you've come in the door, if you've made a donation. If you're going out the door and you feel like you need to pay more, we'd be very pleased with that. I had to say that, or else see me personally. That's good. No, wonderful. And we're going to finish off now, and all good times in church always end or have at some stage, there's a sermon. And we're going to welcome onto the stage, it's a piece of music called The Sermon. And we feature in this, it features quite a bit of our saxophone section. It's always great to have a good saxophone section. And this piece here is quite cleverly written, and we hope you enjoy this. This is our last one number for the night, and we thank you for coming. I want to also thank, obviously, the Jazz Club for this is all part of the Jazz Festival, I guess, and we just want to thank that we're involved in that. I want to thank Malcolm and Steph and the guys from Audio Progress down there who are doing sound. I really want to give them a big applause because if you know what they've had to achieve over the last few days with the whole festival and everything, you would wonder how they fit it in, or even if they got any sleep. But they've done it and they're here tonight. We really thank them for that. Russell Hewitt doing the data on the screen, give him a hand as well. And then also the Salvation Army for having us in this venue and being part of this. We really appreciate that. I don't know whether you've been in this building before. I'm in here every Sunday, well, most Sundays when I'm away. But it's a wonderful building. Not only has it got great acoustics and it's beautifully made and done everything about it is a really pleasure to be in here, but it's also a place of worship. And it's a real pleasure to be in here on a Sunday morning, taking part in that, taking time out of the week to spend time thinking about maybe the future yourself of God. All the work that the Salvation Army does is pretty horrific, huge. A lot of people in need, and if you do find yourself in a situation where you have stuff that you can drop off for the food bank, I know they would be very, very grateful for it. So, Salvation Army, let's give them a hand. Rightio, here we go, the sermon. Whoa, 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 whoa. As I usually always say, that's all we know. Yeah. But this time it's different. We do have one up our sleeve. So, there's so much music out there. I spend so much time. What are you laughing at, Brenda? He goes, oh no, here he goes again. I spend a lot of time searching for music, for not only just this band, but also Boys High School's big band, and other things as well. But you just keep on looking, because there's so much you come across. And, you keep buying it and you keep on doing all sorts of things. But it's really wonderful to have a big variety of music for an audience to listen to. I hope you've enjoyed that tonight. I hope you've actually experienced something which is a real mix of music. Not just all one sort of feel or style and things. So anyhow, tonight we're going to finish off tonight. We're going to finish off because, of course, we're in the church. We've got a beautiful arrangement of What a Friend We Have in Jesus. We're going to do this. It features 3 solos. It's got Craig Collis. It's then got Sue Fletcher and then Max on trumpet as well. So, who else was it? Oh, that's it. I thought there was somebody else said that we're going to do one. So here we go. We hope you enjoy this. We really are pleased for you tonight that you're here, and I hope you've had a great weekend so far with the King's Birthday weekend, and it will be a nice day to have a fairly relaxing day tomorrow. So here we go. What a friend we have in Jesus. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, and what a great note to finish on. What a great note to finish on. I hope you've been blessed tonight. I hope you'll go home feeling lifted, and your week ahead will be a great week. Thanks very much for coming. Wonderful to be there. Wonderful to be here. Bye.